Okay, so let's get into this. We've got a stack of sources today that really challenge a core assumption about sleep.
They really do. The basic question is, is sleep just passive rest? Just hitting the pause button.
Or is it something more active, like a scheduled, timed therapy session that your body and mind are running every single night?
And that's the mission for this deep dive. The sources are honing in on a very specific idea that early sleep is key.
Right, not just any sleep.
Exactly. The timing of when you go to bed seems to significantly boost memory and even your immune system.
We always hear get your 8 hours, but this suggests the clock is what really matters. So why early? What's so special about the first part of the night?
It all comes down to something called slow wave sleep, or SWS,
The really deep stuff.
the deepest, most restorative stage. And it absolutely dominates the first third of your night, say the first 3 or 4 hours. If you push your bedtime back, you're missing the most intense part of that repair cycle.
That connection is fascinating. Let's dig into the brain side of it first. During this early deep sleep phase, the brain isn't just off, is it? It's working.
It's working hard. It's actively reorganizing. The sources point to a process called synaptic pruning.
Synaptic pruning, so it's like cleaning things up.
That's a great way to think about it.
Mm.
Imagine your brain is a garden. All day you've been taking in information. Some of it is vital, a lot of it is just noise.
Right.
During slow wave sleep, the brain is literally weeding out the weak, unnecessary connections and cementing the important stuff you learned that day. It makes your whole cognitive function more efficient.
So it's doing this incredible repair work on a structural level, but the sources say it's not just the brain. The immune system is also getting in on the action during this same window.
Yes, it's piggybacking on that same critical time. During that same early sleep period, the body is ramping up its production of key defensive hormones.
Okay, and what kind of hormones are we talking about?
Well, the sources specifically highlight melatonin. And what's so interesting here is that we all think of it as the sleep hormone, but it's much more than that,
It does more than just make you drowsy.
a lot more. It acts as a powerful enhancer for your immune cells. It basically gets your T cells and other defenses primed and ready, boosting your whole system while you're unconscious.
But hold on a second. For so many of us, staying up late is just normal. It's part of work or social life. Are these sources basically saying night owls are doomed to have worse memory and get sick more often?
Well, they don't use the word doomed, but they do talk about a cost.
A cause.
Yeah, one researcher compared it to cleaning your kitchen. You can do it right after dinner when it's easy, or you can wait until morning when everything is caked on and harder to clean.
So you can still do it later, it's just less efficient.
Far less efficient. The quality of the repair is compromised because you've shifted that critical peak of deep sleep.
So when you put it all together, we have these two vital systems, our brain and our immune system, and they both need access to this very specific early night repair cycle.
Which means early sleep isn't some kind of luxury. It's not just about comfort.
The sources called it the strongest free medicine you can get.
And that really feels right. You're activating your body's best defense and repair systems just by getting to bed on time.
It definitely makes you rethink scrolling on your phone until midnight, doesn't it? If the real heavy lifting happens in those first few hours.
Then delaying it means you're knowingly shortchanging yourself. You're building up this debt.
And that leads to a pretty powerful final thought.
It does. We'd encourage you to think about this. If you constantly shift that critical repair cycle, you're not just going to feel it tomorrow.
This is a long-term thing.
Exactly. The sources suggest you're accruing a long-term neurological debt that just compounds over time. It's about the health and resilience of your brain and immune system decades from now.